Today's video is dedicated to the ladies, and especially to the ladies who are currently pregnant or who are planning on being pregnant. I'm gonna tell you about the challenges of expecting a baby. There are three of them. One of them is related to the relaxing hormone. The second one is related to what we'll call lower cross syndrome, and the third one is related to upper cross syndrome. Relaxin is really specific to pregnancy, but as you'll see, low cross syndrome and upper cross syndrome are actually very common for many of us, and therefore these two parts of the video will actually be relevant to more or less anybody. On the 9th month, the baby will have to go through this area here, which is very narrow if you compare it to the size of the baby. And therefore, this area will have to widen. And to loosen up the area, there's only one solution. It is to untighten the ligaments, which are here in your body to ensure its stability. So from the 3rd month onwards, there's a hormone which is being secreted, which is called the relaxin, and the job of this relaxin is to loosen up all the ligaments. But it acts everywhere in your body, meaning that from the 3rd month onwards, until after delivery, you are kind of hypermobile. All of your joints are more flexible than they should be. This means that every time you slouch, like I'm doing now, you see this lower part of your spine is kind of hanging down here. And that is exerting a massive pull on the ligaments, and this might later stay as some chronic pain called postpartum lower back pain. So my first advice for pregnant ladies is beware every situation in which you are slouched. That means in which you have a round back plus your weight pressing against it. Every time you can, you should therefore try and get a support behind your belt. This support can be a cushion, can be a lumbar cushion, can be the lumbar support of your chair, can be many things, but you always need to be supported here behind your belt. There's one more thing that you can do when you lack a support, is just spread your knees a little, and that will have as an effect to spread the femur apart, which will basically tighten the pelvis here at the back, and therefore reopening your knees is a way to compensate for the hyper mobility, say, of the ligaments in the lower back. Second challenge related to pregnancy now. Well, as your belly grows, its center of gravity is shifted forward, and the effect of it will be an increased pull forward, which hollows your back. And this excessive lordosis, hollow lower back, is called lower cross syndrome. What does it mean in practice? It means that the muscles that tend to hollow your back will be more shortened. I'm talking about the iliopsoas and the lower back extensors, whilst the lower abs and the glutes might become lazy. And you see, the strategy to overcome this is simple. Well, you need to stretch iliopsoas and lower back extensors, and if you still have the energy to do so, strengthen the lower abs and the glutes. Yeah? So I'm going to show you three easy exercises that you can do to deal with all that. Easy exercise number 1 is just lie down on your back and bring your knees in direction of your chest. As your belly grows, you may very well spread the knees a little. The easy variant is when you lie down on your back with your calves on the couch. That's also perfectly okay. Your couch is also the place where you're going to do the second exercise, which is about stretching the iliopsoas, which is this muscle that hollows the lower back. It's an easy exercise. You put a small pillow under your head, you let one leg hang down, and you bring the other knee to your chest. So you see, the goal is really that this leg goes below horizontal, meaning that you see my butt is kind of outside of the couch. I'm sitting on, or I'm lying down on one butt only. This exercise can be boosted by post-isometric relaxation, which is when I inhale, I raise my leg 1 or 2 centimeters, and when I exhale, let it go. But you see, when I let go, it's not I let go in the knee, it's I let go the thigh. This is what you're trying to bring down, not that. So this is about lengthening the muscles that hollow your back. Next to that, we need to strengthen the muscles that flatten it. So we're talking about your lower abs and the gluteus muscles. The safe exercise is to do this, is that there are, say, 2 steps. You go one leg towards you, the other leg towards you, and you go hollow back, flat back, and you really press it hard on the floor, and you will feel that both your butt here and your lower abs get tense. That's step 1. Step 2 is, okay, I'm gonna stretch one leg, and when I exhale, I'm gonna lift the heel by 1/2 inch and keep it there. My back is absolutely flat on the ground. It's essential that I don't hollow the back. So back flat and heel just a little bit above the ground. Then you bring it back, and obviously you do the same with the other leg. The third posture challenge is what I call the upper cross syndrome, which is very common in more or less everybody, but which will be aggravated by pregnancy. It is this. Why do you have to deal with this round shoulders posture? Well, simply because the breast increases in size and therefore in weight, and therefore it creates a forward pull. And when you have a forward pull, your shoulders go forward, your head goes forward, your mid-back goes round. Those will compress your lungs and be a source of neck pain and headaches. So again, what do we need to do? We need to reopen the muscles that would pull the shoulders forward, and we need to strengthen those which do the other way around. Again, I'll show you 3 exercises. To strengthen the back muscles, what I think is best when you're pregnant is to have your belly between the thighs, and you see, you don't go forward too much. You put your kind of wrists on your knees, and what you're gonna do is flat back in the lower back, neck backwards, mid back slightly forward like 1 centimeter or so, and press your wrists on your thighs. And you should feel that there's massive tension happening in your back, and this tension means that you're working on strengthening. Be careful when you do that your lower back is not hollow. You want it flat. This exercise is to be held for, I would say, at least 30 seconds at a time. Now, 2 exercises to stretch the muscles pulling your shoulders forward. This one is one that the YouTube community that follows me loves a lot. It's the stretch of the serratus anterior. There's a lying down version which I link in the description, but I think, you know, lying down is not always that comfortable when you're pregnant. So let me show you the standing version. However, when you do the standing version, it's important that your shoulder is not raised, otherwise this is going to cause neck pain. So you really try to have your fist as low as you can. That can even be on your buttock. Also, you see, my belt is here. I'm at belt level or lower. And then I'm just going to put my elbow into a shelf and shift this is my left elbow, shift my weight onto the left leg so that the left elbow goes like this actually. It goes behind me. So I'm just using the shelf to create this pull. And there, well, I stay there. And I feel this pull here on the side of my chest. So this is an exercise for what's called the serratus anterior muscle, which is responsible for long-lasting pain here in this area and in the corner of the shoulder blade. So, you know, whether you're pregnant or not, this is a very useful exercise to know. And here we go with the very last exercise. This is to stretch the pecs. You see, I lie on the side of my bed and I'm gonna let my arm hang down to the side with the palm facing upwards. I just make sure that my collarbone is not to the ceiling but is really downwards. And there are 3 stretching positions. One is at 90 degrees, yeah, which you can combine with post-isometric relaxation. I inhale against gravity, exhale, let go. And then posture number 2 is down here, and posture number 3 is up there. One final word: congratulations. It's a very nice experience to have a baby, but it's important that you understand that these exercises should be done before you have pain, because when the baby will be there, you will have a ton of things to adapt, to think about, etc., etc. You don't want to be dealing with pain in addition to all this. So right from the beginning of the pregnancy, modify your, say, daily posture routine, or create one with the exercises that I've showed you, and that will spare you a lot of trouble after the 9 months. All the best.